Welcome back to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. We're diving back into the world of Hellraiser for today's script explored video of Hellraiser Below and Beyond. No, this is not a Hellraiser reboot. In fact, this script tends to take elements already in the universe and look to expand upon them. Nothing retconning or anything along those lines, just explaining bits and pieces that actually haven't previously been covered and expanding the mythos outwards. It's something which, personally, I quite enjoyed reading, actually. So I hope you do enjoy it, but let's dive right in. The night sky is a deep pitch, as black as the fire that burns in the depths of hell. The desert sand is scorched from the day's blazing sun, as is the wanderer's feet. For 3 long years he has roamed these deserts, searching, aching, yearning with the desire of 1,000 Pharaoh's slaves, the everlasting desire they felt for freedom. He needs freedom. He needs more. He needs more than this life and this plane of existence can grant him, and so he keeps moving, walking through the desert. We follow the wanderer through the relics of civilization past, up and down dunes, over rocks. His shoes were worn down many moons ago, and the soles of his feet, oh how they bled. For days, weeks, months, the red liquid of life poured. The skin peeled and the flesh burned, the grains of sand pushing deeper and deeper into his body with each and every single step. And yet, he pushed on, onwards into the desert and onwards on his journey. The skin is hard now, and the pain he once felt, the pain he had to endure, has now become his strength. He can walk unaffected, a reflection of his conviction. Now, as this is being said in a narration, we follow each step. The camera pans from heel to toe, heel to toe, upwards, climbing a dune, heel, toe, heel, toe. The camera pans back and forward. It begins to clear, the sand spreading out further and further. Heel, toe, a rock, heel, toe, a step, heel, toe, another step. The wanderer has found what he is searching for. He's climbing the steps now with energy that has surged from within. Now the camera hasn't panned out. We only see his feet, each step growing with power and energy, life, and then he stops. The feet not moving. The camera pans from heel to toe, as if expecting another step, from toe to heel, and the camera then pans out backwards, revealing the wanderer standing there, at the top of a monolithic flight of stairs, in front of what looks like ruins. Temple ruins? Perhaps. Abandoned, burned, destroyed ruins. Perhaps. The temple is a mixture of Greek, Aztec, Egyptian, Polynesian. It's ancient, beautiful, yet something looms over it, like a presence. The doorway is a combination of pillars with intricate markings, etchings, hieroglyphic, and what would have been stone or a wooden barrier lays bare and open. As our wanderer scans the temple doorway, up and down the pillars and into the etchings, we see something familiar. The arcane patterns appear reminiscent to a certain puzzle box. The etchings too. The hieroglyphs, however, depict something else entirely. Something unknown. On the bottommost pillar we see a sun, and as the hieroglyphs move up and apparently in ascending order, there is a flat line, then a man, then a chain, then a flat line, and then the camera stops as the wanderer stops. He can't make out the final few glyphs. He appears unfazed though. He appears to know this place. Now back to his heels the camera sits. Heel, toe. The wanderer walks forward. Heel, toe. He approaches the pillars. Heel, toe. His toes are in darkness. Heel, toe. He disappears. Fade to black. The title screen appears, Hellraiser, below and beyond. And as the final word appears on screen, we hear, "What's your pleasure, sir?" Burst of light, blazing sun. We're in a bazaar in ancient Arabia. The year is 2000 BCE. The people we see running around, going about their day-to-day life, are the Thamud. And here, in this land lost, we hone in on a man running down a stretch of primitive street to a lone stall shrouded in a black shadow from the buildings surrounding it. As the camera pans down from the high vantage it was at, a group of birds fly past. We hear the conversation between the man and the stall owner. "Speak quickly, boy. What's your pleasure?" The man running the stall is clearly eager to send the young man on his way. The man, not fazed by the condescending nature of age being brought into the discussion, simply replies with, "Everything." "Is this some game, boy? You must be here for something. Everything does not answer nor satisfy me. Be gone if you simply wish to play. I was told you could satiate my desire. My pleasure is everything. The hunger I feel and the ravenous greed is all-consuming." The camera has reached the men now. The stall is littered with trinkets, objects, skulls, feet, salted flesh, and jewels. It appears the stall is of some arcane nature. And it's here that we see the man running the stall. The man who had uttered those iconic lines, "What's your pleasure?" A tall, thin, elderly man, dressed all in black. Deep etchings across his skin, intricate patterns and designs formed in his flesh, scars. The wrinkles in his face show years, centuries, but his eyes, a bright blue, burn with the youth of a man half his age. No, beyond that, an eternal youth. The man has a long, part matted, part wispy grey-white beard that he is twisting in his right hand. We see him. He stares at the younger man, twisting his beard, his blue eyes burning, and we can see the skepticism in his eyes. You desire everything. You have an unending hunger. Your pleasure is life. If my pleasure was life, I would simply live it. My pleasure is everything. We can see both men getting notably irritated with one another now. The stall owner, due to the petulant nature of the young man, and the young man, because he feels he is wasting his time with a cantankerous old fool. "Aha, my boy, you misunderstand and you mistake. I am not guessing, I am stating. Your pleasure is indeed life. It was a statement. You desire life. You cannot simply live to satiate this hunger. You must devour and destroy." The young man, hearing this, frowns, laughs and scoffs. "To hell with you, old man. I was told you would help me. You're nothing but a stagnating pile of flesh, occupying bones and calling itself a man." He storms off. The camera follows his feet. Heel, toe, heel, toe, as he races away. And as the final heel-toe pan happens, the camera walks slowly across the sand towards the stall. We scan up the legs of the stall owner, Azaid, as he leans, his face becoming shrouded in the shadow of his stall, smiling, and something glints and shimmers from the shadow. Skin? Gold? Teeth? His eyes? No, it's too red to be any of those. Before we have time to think on what the red shimmer was, he leans forward and, as if reassuring someone, "This man we will see again, for his hunger and thirst will consume his flesh." The camera pans from Azaid's face to the shadow. Is there someone there? The young man has stormed off, back to the busy and bustling bazaar of the Thamud. He runs, his hands along the trinkets, the pottery, the fruits and the meats, his fingertips embracing each atom of items he feels, drawing them in, thirsting for them, trying to quench the need he feels. He feels nothing. He stops, looks up, and at the sky and into the sun, he holds his arms out and breathes deep. In, out, sigh. In, out, sigh. In. He holds it. He puts his arms down, breathing out. He walks away. He feels nothing. The camera follows his feet as we listen to this man's thoughts. Heel, toe. That stupid fool, what does he mean? Life, but I cannot live it. Heel, toe. This doesn't make sense. Heel, toe. How can someone be hungry for life, but that hunger is not satiated by living? Heel, toe. What was it Emfed said? For that life which cannot be lived is a life that is as good as extinguished. Heel, toe. And he stops. He stops. The camera pans up, out loud now. I'm hungry for life, but living will not satiate my hunger. Life is a double-edged sword, one of two, life and death. Close first act. And there you go, ladies and gentlemen, that is part 1 of Hellraiser Below and Beyond. Now, as this is taking quite a long time to take from script to narrated format, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Do you like where we are going with the story as yet? Please do let me know, because again, it's taken quite a long time to convert from script to narrated format. So I'd love to hear whether you would like me to continue the story as it is panning out as thus far. And I would also love to hear your thoughts on exactly what story is being expanded upon here. Please do let me know down below in the comments section. Please do let me know if you're enjoying it down below in the comments section. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Is this good? Is this bad? For me, personally, it's refreshing to not see something being remade, but some elements taken from the story and the canon as established thus far and expanded upon. Something explained within universe to fit within the canon and lore. But anyway, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Let me know down below in the comment section. If you're new here, do hit subscribe and stay up to date on the world of pop culture and movie news by hitting the bell notification icon. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I've been Mr. H. Take care.